Hi, welcome to the first lesson in the sustainability module. Today we are talking about economic impact. In the previous video, we saw an overview about this module, which is divided in three lessons, one video per each one, related to economic impact, social impact, and the last one, it's environmental impact. Okay, so let's go to the first unit, which the learning objective is to learn to measure the return on investment of digital transformation projects. Okay, so ROI or ROI, it measures the financial gain or loss in a project. Okay, and here in digital transformation, this indicator, this metric, helps us to understand which is the positive income or positive impact that the project is going to have in order to help shareholders or C-level or director board to decide if go for it or decline the investment. Okay, this indicator or this ratio, the return on investment, it's calculated by dividing the net profit of the operation by the total investment and multiply it per 100, okay, which is a percentage. Before calculating the return on investment, we need to identify all of the costs. Costs can be direct costs, which are those that are clearly um, attributable to the project, and then the indirect costs, which are also related to the project, but they are more difficult to measure. Okay. Regarding to direct costs, the main costs are the licensing costs, the development itself, the infrastructure, the customization, integrations, also training, maintenance, upgrades, migrations, and we can expect a 10-20% more for unexpected costs. All of that costs were already included in the project management lesson, the fourth lesson from the first module. If you remember that we were inside planning phase of a software development, and all of that costs were included in the budgeting slide, if you remember. Now that we have the direct costs, it's time to calculate or to estimate the indirect costs, which used to be more difficult uh, to calculate or to estimate. Okay, some of them, it's like productivity during onboarding, the time that we are spending adapting processes or workflows, the change resistance and rewards that are directly related that process, the time lost during training sessions, and also a decreased productivity due to the learning curve by migrating or transitioning from one software to the new solution. And also we need to take into consideration the increased workload on IT staff or on the external partner that has developed the software, and that they are for sure making revenue from our support. Then some project coordinator meetings. There are a lot of meetings that are costly too, due to the amount of people which is joining them, and also some office space, general utilities, or some adaptation efforts in the mid and long term. Once we have all of the costs estimated, both direct and indirect, it's time to to estimate the potential revenue, savings, and gains related to that project in order to have the net profit estimation. Benefits estimation, it comes from time saved through automation, which is related to payroll or headcount that we are saving, or moving that people to other more added value tasks. Then also reduction in error rates and reworks due to the new solution, and also enhance customer satisfaction and retention. Okay. Revenue gains, we will have new services enabled, improve market competitiveness due to the digitalization, and then some savings. They are related to the personal costs, electricity, maintenance, support costs, and other supplies or consumables like papers, printer toners, and other consumables that we can save. And once we know the costs and we know the profits or the benefits that we are facing, it's time to calculate the ROI in percentage. Remember, okay? And here you have the formula. And if the return on investment is positive or is bigger than 0%, it means that it's profitable, and if it's less than 0%, it means that we are going to lose money. Okay, so this is a ratio which is commonly accepted in order to see if that project it's a green light or not. But nowadays, and since I don't know, like since 10, 15, 20 years ago, another ratio which is calculated is the payback period, which is more representative. And if it's less than 2, 3 years, it's almost directly decided to invest on it. And if it's bigger, depending on the case, could be rejected or accepted. Okay, the payback period is the time that it takes for that investment to generate enough cash flow to recover the initial cost. Okay, so it's the payback period, it's the initial investment divided by the annual net cash inflow. Okay, so to define if the return on investment from the economical point of view is acceptable or not, we should calculate both the return on investment and the payback period. And having that data into account, we could have the first leg in the impact calculation, which is the economical section.